as part of my job duties and responsibilities, and she has tried to take them from me in the past. Last year, Dr. Demott was conducting an investigation and she forged a witness statement in my name and tried to make me sign it. When I didn't, she surplused me, but that was reversed after ESCA got involved. When that didn't work, she changed to the department I worked for, and that was reversed as well. I participated in an investigation with employee management relations involving enterprise technology officer David Rosario regarding people with disabilities. I also filed a complaint when I witnessed David Rosario accepting gifts from a vendor. The day after he accepted the gift, that vendor became a supported vendor of CCSD. The ability to do my job isn't restrained by my disability, but by David not allowing me to leave user support services. He's taking job responsibilities away from me and not allowing me to do my full job. My ADA accommodation request is Building 14's heavy front door made easier to open at user support services.
Thank you for your public comment. Thank you for your service. Covered by Connor and Andrew.
Good evening. My name is Dylan Lee, and it's an honor to be standing here. I am a freshman at Basic Academy High School, and told as of March 4th, 2024, I have to sit on my freshman year of high school. My older brother goes to Basic Academy as well as most of my friends, so it's natural that I attend Basic to be able to play with my brothers and friends in the sport that I truly love. Also, it was a privilege to be accepted into Basic Academy IB program and be a part of the Basic Academy through spirit of history. I don't understand why I was able to be a transfer student because it was my first year of high school and I had never played high school baseball. Because of the decisions from the school board that have we stay out this year, it has impacted my emotional well-being and felt ostracized by others. I stand here and plead for you to appeal the decisions and allow me to play baseball for the remainder of the year. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Please hold your applause. I'm grateful to have our students present. We would like to continue moving forward with Connor present. Connor, come on up. Thank you. Please hold your applause. After his presentation or his public comments, followed by Andrew.
Dear Superintendent and members of the school, my name is Connor Law, and I'm a student enrolled in the IB program. It has come to my attention that I've been deemed ineligible on March 4th, 2024 to participate in any sports at Basic High School. This decision has been made by CCSD and NIAA relies on a misinterpretation of NAC 35B.716, which implies that incoming freshmen from middle schools are automatically deemed transfer students and thus ineligible for athletic participation. However, according to NAC 385B.052, a transfer is defined as withdrawal from one school to enrolled in another. I wish to clarify that I was accepted into the IB program without withdrawing from any previous school. In support of that, Principal Bustamante at Basic High School has confirmed in an email that my enrollment in the basic program without enrolling into any other school. Therefore, I emphasize that I'm not a transfer student as originally advertised. I implore that the entire board to rally and investigate my situation and question the actions of the CCSD athletic department and the NIAA. The ruling not only impacts freshmen at Basic High School, but also impacts freshmen at any other school in the CCSD district high school. With urgency, I kindly request to reconsider the situation to please help me regain a rightful peace on the baseball field as I have done nothing wrong. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Long. Andrew President. Andrew, come on up, followed by Jim Frazee and Hunter Nolan.
Madam President, esteemed board members, trustees, friends, friends, countrymen, thank you for letting me hear yours. My name is Andrew Plotkin, and I've been a substitute teacher here for over 3 years. After seeing the amount of food waste that occurs in schools every day, I formed a 501c3 nonprofit called the Should Project, with the goal of utilizing that food waste to combat food insecurity in the Las Vegas community. I made certain to get confirmation from a state senator that my intentions in no way conflicted with school food program guidelines. I'm now a consistent supplier of food to the Nevada Homeless Alliance and soon Vegas Stronger. These organizations already have well-established infrastructure and the systems needed to get the food where and to whom it is needed most. In the past 5 weeks, the Should Project has been featured on 8 News Now and Fox 5 News. And now that I'm done putting myself over it, I will allow the data that I've gathered from implementing my incredibly simple solution to illustrate the magnitude of the issue. In May of 2023, I put one standard refrigerator, 27 cubic feet, in a school of approximately 200 students. They were directed to fill up the fridge as much as possible before throwing away any perishable food. The food has been picked up twice a week, and it totals approximately 1 ton every month. If that's what a singular household refrigerator is saving, then a lot more than that is still being thrown away. As I'm sure many of you know, the average school size in LV is approximately 850 students. So doing the math based on that statistics, that's over 4 tons of food every month at every school that could be saved. There are approximately 380 schools in the CCSD. Doing that by that math, approximately 3.05 million pounds of food could be saved every month. That weight is equal to over 900 Honda CRVs. A 2-door, 49 cubic foot commercial refrigerator averages about $2,100. I already, thanks to the awareness, I already have a GE repair technician who has offered his services. So repairing commercial refrigerators would cost significantly less. I'm requesting a meeting to discuss a partnership with the CCSD to further this zero waste solution that has the added bonus, the added environmental bonus of lessening the waste going into landfills, which means fewer greenhouse gas emissions. And just as a heads up for whomever I'm meeting with, I'm seeking a $20,000 grant that I will match with in-kind donations. Thank you very much for allowing me this morning, and I don't mind it. But it's probably.
Thank you for helping us connect over the table. Mr. Holton, thank you for your service to our district. Blacken. Thank you.
Of a movie, Ken like the Hellbilly Sound.
I do appreciate that reference. Thank you, Mr. Blackman. There are there's a member of the staff waiting for you outside of the room. I'll discuss your concern. Thank you. Mr. Frazee, come on up, please.
Thank you, Madam President. For the record, Jim Frazee, I am speaking as a taxpayer, and I'd like you to think how amazed I was when I woke up one morning and looked at the paper and having my cup of coffee and found out that the fine people of Henderson, the fine people of North Las Vegas are suing this body over the implementation of the law that seats appointed trustees. As someone who has personally went up to Carson City and worked on this bill more than both legislative sessions, and have talked to people, and I believe the sponsor of the legislation, creator of the law, came to tell you that your implementation of this is wrong. I pay taxes to this district for the education of our children. That's my sacrifice, and I'm glad to do it. It is not to defend a lawsuit that's indefensible. I can tell you many times I have been in the presence of Trustee Watson, and I have been intimidated by his intellect. But I have always allowed him to speak his mind, and I welcome the conversation. It is mind-boggling to me, and I say that respectfully, that appointed trustees can't even make a motion to bring an idea before your consideration. Not the fact that you could vote it down if you find it troubling. I have been rewarded with great joy listening to the appointed trustees' questions and comments over this period. I find them a breath of fresh air, and I can see where they would be threatening to some people. But I'm going to ask you, with respect to all the taxpayers in Clark County, that you reconsider these policies and allow this motion to go away. I thank you for your time.
Thank you for your service, Mr. Crazy. Hunter, present, Hunter, followed by Anthony and Angela Bailon.
Madam President, esteemed trustee, interim superintendent Larson Mitchell, it's a joy to be with you tonight. I have such immense respect for all you do. I wish I were addressing you on a happier topic, maybe another time. Like Tamara Pfeffer, who just spoke, although my position as user support services manager is not ESSER funded, it is being eliminated by our chief information officer, Marilyn Delmont. Unfortunately, 25 others are also being cut from user support services and even more positions cut from other teams. Now, why does this matter? Spring surplus happens every year. It matters because there is no budget shortfall. I cannot stress enough that user support services is not $2.4 million over budget as alleged. $60 million was allotted to CCSD to allow programs to continue to support schools after the end of ESSER funding. What was that funding used for? Again, my position and others being cut aren't ESSER funded. The sustainability plan made sure that service would continue, and therefore specific positions were identified as being least impactful to support for schools. But these are not the positions that were cut. Neither are the eliminated positions based on seniority. These are verifiable facts. As the kids say these days, we have the receipts. These unneeded cuts to user support services also matter because if you cut 26 people from user support, it will severely impact our support to schools. Some services will experience a reduction or a severe delay, and some services will not be able to continue at all. None of the ESSER money was allocated to schools during the spring budget surplus. This is not a school position versus central position funding problem. There is no such funding problem. With all due respect to the board cannot delegate responsibility over the district. There are questions that must be asked by you and answered by those responsible for these unneeded staffing cuts. Cuts that will only hurt teaching and learning in CCSD. In summation, why are they saying we don't have the money when we do have the money? Why are they saying services won't be affected when they are decimating the tier 2 and tier 3 tech support to all our schools, and services will be drastically affected? Our Chief Information Officer, Marilyn Delmont, must provide truthful answers to these questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your service, Director. Anthony.
Good seeing you all. I'm glad to be here today. My name is Anthony Toledo. I was coordinator administrator for cybersecurity department for CCSD before leaving and going to work for Henderson. And I've come in here as an individual to talk today about the people that are being surplus. And what I'd like to say is that the people that were told to do the expiration of elementary and secondary school emergency relief funds and the insufficient sustainability funds, the Technology and Information System Services Division would be reducing the number of technology-related positions that were expanded or created with the aid of the grants. The distribution model for allocating site-based technicians across the district has been revised and accommodated anticipated reductions in ESSER funding. Notifications were sent to 42 impacted school principals in an effort to assist them in making well-informed decisions regarding their SBT staffing requirement beyond the ESSER funding period. Principals also have the ability to utilize school funds if desired or to surplus the site-based technicians that is no longer funded. And they were committed to prioritizing resources to continue delivering high-quality support at all of the schools. However, the response that you have been given and others concerning the surplus of central positions
The comments were focused solely on school-based technicians funded through ESER, a topic previously resolved in January by integrating all school staff into the principal's strategic budget, allowing most principals to allocate school funds for their base technicians. The mentioned figure 42 did not materialize as many principals chose to self-fund their site-based positions next year. The current issue is 32 central office positions within one department being surplus. Jesus Dara stated that there was over $60 million that was set aside to preserve the majority of the central office positions funded by ESER, as well as sustain the digital one-to-one program. And despite having this substantial budget set aside to retain the 32 positions in surplus, the decision was made to cut 32 positions. Who chose what positions were to be cut is my question. Why are normally funded positions, not grant-funded positions, being cut? General funded positions are being cut, not based on seniority and vacant positions that are not being left open but not eliminated. Eliminating 32 positions will negatively impact the ability to sustain and roll out new cybersecurity solutions to schools. This is after we still do not know the story behind the cybersecurity breach in October. I'm asking the superintendent and the board of trustees for the immediate resignation of Officer Del Monte and Officer David Rosario. They are putting this district in a situation, they put the parents in a situation of cybersecurity risk, and it's unacceptable. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your past service to the school district. You that you no longer work for the school district, you're now in the city of Henderson. Is that correct? No longer with the city of Henderson. Okay. Thank you for your past service. Angela?
Trustee, my name is Angela Longman. I want to take a moment to discuss the importance of our role in managing Chromebook inventory for the district. One other person and I, two of us, are responsible for handling warranty and out of warranty repairs for nearly 600 Chromebooks. This is a critical function that ensures our students and staff have access to technology they need for learning and teaching. We have developed and implemented systems using Google Sheets with complex formulas to efficiently track and manage the Chromebooks. These systems have significantly improved our workflow and have been instrumental in ensuring the smooth operation of our inventory management process. I understand that our Chief Informational Officer is putting both of our positions into surplus. However, our work is essential to the district, and our skills and expertise is managing such a large inventory are invaluable. Our knowledge of the systems we have implemented, including the Google Sheet formulas, is not easily replaceable. I urge you to consider the impact of putting our positions into surplus would have on the district's ability to effectively manage such a large inventory of Chromebooks that are one-to-one devices for students. On the last note, I ask you to have some compassion for those who fear for their costs. Thank you.
Thank you for your service, Angela. Ms. Tommy Lane.
Good evening. Good evening, members of the board. For the record, my name is Tommy Leon. Alongside, I'm here representing for my other team member, Judy Mendoza and Vito Asiago, who can be with us tonight. Together, we represent the last three members of the CCSD.net web in-house development team. Originally started in 2015 under technical resources. Currently it's under the operation of under management of Central Information Services, CIS. The architecture actually is here, Nicolito. He's the one that built the whole system. As you may know, be aware, our entire team has been marked for surplus. It is not under the umbrella ESSER fund, but rather a result of organizing restructuring. The evident change has brought about the cloud uncertainty, particularly the continued support and maintenance of the CCSD.net application suite. Allow me to elaborate the application we oversee. From the incident report system, urgent and emergency reporting, to campus security, modern and report system. Yes, it's a CIS that was mentioned earlier that we don't in-house currently for the department. Without us now, there's no more support. There's no one know how to use the application. And from the bilingual evaluation tool to to Translate Pro, aiding our English language learner. Each of these applications plays a pivotal role in our daily operation. Additionally, we manage also other tools, applications like SSD, paraprofessional application, IP management, which for website filtering, rave review, which is for recognizing our outstanding employee part of the team member engagement. These applications are the lifeline of our stakeholders. As the surplus draws near, it begs the question, who will step in to maintain CCSD.net once we departed? With one of the 4 key members have already transitioned to another department, our resources are stretched thin. Moreover, we are the last remaining individual who possesses comprehensive knowledge of the CCSD.net, understanding its ins and outs. The lack of dedicated support jeopardizes the stability of the functionality of these vital tools and risk of data breach, which could lead to severe repercussions in both individual and the district as a whole. Moreover, our response is beyond the CCSD.net. We also oversee critical applications such as the CA ticket system, Site Improve, which facilitate accessibility administration for CCSD website, the neglect and potential abandonment of these.
Thank you very much for your service. Colleagues, this concludes public comment. We are now moving on to item 5.01, 6.01 on a committee meeting of the Board of Trustees on Wednesday, April 3rd at 4 p.m. here in the boardroom. Well, at this time, I'm going to move on to adjournment and something more than to adjourn. Trustee Brooks.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Trustee Brooks. Trustee Adam.
I second that motion.
Thank you, Trustee Adams. Colleagues, we have a motion for Trustee Brooks, a second by Trustee Adams. Please cast your vote. Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Thank you, Trustee Guzman.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you for us to be here for a while. Thank you so much, colleagues. That motion passes 6-0. Wishing anyone a good evening. The time is 7:20 p.m.
Okay. You can go ahead. Thank you. I'm like.